I am a mother of 3 children. I'm married to Paddy since 1985. We are nurses, 37 years working with people with disabilities. Aidan was my firstborn child, brilliant, compassionate, funny, a bit anxious sometimes about life. He could explain the beginnings of the universe, he could talk about Russian literature. Everything that he did, he embraced with such enthusiasm. But he was so kind, so considerate of other people. I come from a generation that thinks of drugs as being something that is distant. Aidan didn't come out and tell me that he was using illegal drugs, but I was aware that he did. But this time I was still pretty ignorant about what that meant. But because I also knew that he was dealing with anxiety issues about things, I wasn't sure where to place it. In terms of safety, you can't just say to a young person, don't take drugs because they're bad. That is so ridiculous because they have access to far more information than you do. Whenever I found out about the heroin, I thought, this is the worst thing that can happen, because I thought he'll never escape this. And I'd researched and whatnot, and I knew that a lot of people, find it very difficult to come off heroin and to stay off heroin. In many ways, finding out was a relief, because we were able all together, Aidan with us, to put a plan in place. To come off heroin, you have very few choices. You can go into a methadone program, which Aidan didn't want to do because he said, I don't want to be addicted to a drug, so I don't want to replace one addiction with another addiction. He wanted to come off heroin. To do that, he had to basically just reduce his dose. And I'd say, but Aidan, why can you just not, reduce that by half or reduce it by a tenth? And he said, Mum, when you get 500 milligrams of paracetamol, it's always 500 milligrams of paracetamol. He said, when you get that little bag of heroin, it can be any strength. I, with my other 2 children, were away, and on that weekend, Aidan took heroin, and the heroin was too strong, and Aidan died of an overdose. When your child dies, you become dust, and you spend the rest of your life trying to gather that back together. Had his dose of heroin been regulated, like a 500 milligram paracetamol tablet, had he not felt ashamed all those years, and had he felt that he could have come to me and that I wouldn't have judged him, had there been safe injection sites, then Aidan would probably still be alive